Welcome to the North Texas Community Difference-Denton, powered by the Difference Media LLC and 2940 The Difference Radio. The voice of small businesses and the communities they serve. Today's show is hosted by Matt Kern, entrepreneur and founder of Denton Does It, and Beth Caudill, realtor with eXp Realty, Chance Post with Total Care, and Robert Tokarczyk with Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation. The North Texas Community Difference Series was created to serve as a platform for local leaders and business professionals to showcase their expertise, values, and commitment to their community. Overall, the podcast aims to create a stronger sense of community in North Texas by highlighting the often overlooked or unnoticed good work being done by local leaders, businesses, and professionals. So sit back and relax as our host, co-host, and their guests share thoughts and insights about being a professional and the opportunities for our businesses to serve our communities in a very special way. Because the North Texas Community Difference-Denton
starts now. All right, we are here on this Taco Tuesday. You know, you guys, I love Taco Tuesday because it's the only time of the week that I really think about tacos. So we keep saying we're going to have to find us a taco sponsor. So wouldn't that be great if we all had tacos while we're doing podcasting? What a wonderful combination. Well, I just want to say good morning. Welcome everybody to our Community Difference Denton. I'm your host, Matt Kern, and I'm with Denton Does It. Denton Does It is a platform that provides networking, marketing, and other strategies for local community business people. And I have always my co-host that I can't live without. I have to have them or I'll just won't make it. I would love to have them come on now. It's Beth Caudill with eXp Realty, Chance Post with Total Care. Look at Chance, is just beautiful. And Robert Tokarczyk with Fairway Mortgage. Thank you all for being on today.
You're too kind. You're too kind.
I just want you to know that you all are all amazing people, and I'm very blessed to know you and work with you.
Thank you.
I don't care what everybody else says. Okay?
Regardless of my reputation.
Exactly. In your own mind. So
we're blessed to work with you too.
So happy Tuesday, everybody. How's it going?
Great.
It's going good.
Okay.
I like the idea of some taco sponsors.
Oh my gosh. We're going to get them. We're going to get them. I'm telling you. Hey, listen, has the time change messed y'all up?
No.
In any way? Is it better or worse for you when it falls back?
It's better.
Better.
It is? Yeah.
It's harder when it goes forward.
But it gets dark so quickly now, right?
I know, so you can go to bed earlier and
all it does is give me an excuse that I don't have to do more work outside after work at home.
I have to walk my dogs with a flashlight now.
Right? They don't care. They just want to go for a walk, don't they?
Right. They don't mind, but I don't. It's creepy. Like I watched the sun come up today, and like I don't need that. I don't need that.
Well, what time do you get up in the mornings? What's your daily routine?
Like 5:36 usually.
Yeah. And it's really where I live. When I look out, let the dogs out in the backyard. When it's dark, I can see so many stars from my back porch. It's really beautiful. So I'm really blessed to have that. It's very calming and start your morning out looking at the universe. You know,
I just see airplanes because I'm like in a flight pattern for DFW.
Yes, sir. Every night, every morning, I see them coming in, and it's amazing. Okay, so speaking of that, do you know how many planes are in the sky at one time during the day? Give a guess, guys.
2,400.
Okay, good guess.
Wow. At any time.
At any time. Yeah, well, peak time during the day.
1675. That's my guess.
Y'all better keep going up.
1676.
Keep going up. Y'all are way low.
24,000. 24,000.
No.
Oh, is that across the world or just the United States?
Just here in the States.
5,200.
Like 10,000, I think.
Wow.
Somebody better confirm that for me.
Carla,
On
can
that.
Google
But yeah, isn't that crazy?
how many airplanes in the sky at one time
Yeah, I think
in
it's
the United
10,000,
States?
something like that. But it's a lot, right? I mean, there's a lot of people. And you know where they're all flying to? They're all flying to DFW and they're moving here.
Yeah, they're all from California to
nice.
Texas. It
Can't
seems like.
wait.
They're all coming here, you guys. Are y'all prepared for the influx of people moving to the North Texas area?
Of course.
We're ready.
Good.
Bring it.
So, what's going on in real estate right now, Beth?
I mean, we're still like fighting the interest rate, but they're not moving them up any higher. I think it was like 7.8. What was it? 7.7 today? What was it, Robert? What's
Mid sevens. We were up over 8 for a little bit, right at about 8, and then last week came down a little bit with the Fed having a little bit more of a milder stance on what they're planning on doing. So a couple more months of decent data, lower inflation, higher unemployment, lower hourly average hours worked, that type of thing will get the Fed to slow down, and hopefully rates will come down.
The biggest thing I hear right now is people saying, "Oh, there's going to be a decline in housing," and I'm like, "Well," and that's because they hear it from national news, right? Quit watching those shows because that's not happening in DFW.
Right, nationally, we're 1 million houses behind, y'all.
Go ask those newscasters on how to perform a heart surgery, and they know about as much about the market as they do a heart surgery. So don't listen to them.
I mean, Beth, do you ever think that Robert could why doesn't he just change the interest rates for us? I mean, he works in finance. He works in mortgage, right?
I was going to do that, but I was waiting a little bit. I was waiting until next year.
When it gets colder. I'm just waiting for the season to change.
Right.
Tired of waiting.
He's not going to change until he needs to move and get another house.
Right. That's probably then he'll do it because him, right? Because of his needs, not the others. 5,000 planes are in the air at any given time. That's what I meant. 5,000. Thank you, Lyndon.
See, I actually won. I was the closest guess.
No, I went one above you.
I'll bid you.
I know, and it was lower than that, dude.
No,
I had 2,400.
Oh, yeah, okay. I thought I was 2,700. No, I heard wrong.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So, Robert,
yes, sir.
I guess that we're going to probably see some kind of change next year. Would you think?
Yes.
By what the numbers you read?
Definitely going to be coming down. You know, there's a lot of factors pointing that direction. All the chief economists are saying that. We do a call with a gentleman named Dave Stevens. He was the housing commissioner under the Obama administration. He's been the CEO of the Mortgage Bankers Association. He's worked for Freddie Mac. He's very in tune with all of the head economists in the United States, which we had a call to him last week. He said the Fed hasn't announced it yet, but he thinks they're done raising the short-term rates. And he also said verbatim, if anyone is a first-time home buyer and considering getting into this market and they think they want to wait until rates go down, it's a very foolish decision. Because when rates start going down, home prices will continue to go up, and it's going to be harder to secure a home, especially if you're limited on cash.
Yeah. As far as home values going up, Beth, what are you seeing in your market area around the Denton County area as far as the value of the home? Is it holding steady? Or the appraisals, Robert, are the appraisals still coming in okay? You know, are we okay on that side of it?
It's pretty steady. Like, I really think house prices are going to be kind of flat, if you will. Okay. Really, it's projected 5% increase, but I would say if you just stay flat, you're good. And I think it'll grow more, but I don't think it's going to decline any. And that's the big thing people are saying. And it's like, no, I don't know where you see this information at, because that's not happening.
I think people get mistaken between national information and local information.
Right.
Wouldn't you say?
When there's demand, it's not going to go down. There's a lot of people wanting houses. There's no inventory right now for them to buy them.
And I would say that sellers are kind of sitting tight right now, because they are like, they hear this about the interest rate. Well, they're like, well, I can't, sell or whatever. But in actuality is go ahead and sell now, or buyers go ahead and buy now, because you'll have less competition now. Right. And then you can refinance that rate later. and you'll get a better deal, because if you compare, like Robert could give you charts where you compare like buying a $500,000 house today at 7 point whatever the interest rate is.
Right.
And then you look at, what that same price would be next year. And then if you would just refinance that, like you actually come out ahead by buying your house now.
Yes.
Yeah, because if the home prices do appreciate 5%, $400,000 house appreciates 5%, that's $20,000. And if you could pick it up now for $10,000 less than the sales price, that's a $30,000 increase to put in your pocket. And
Yes,
then
sir.
if it starts getting competitive and people start bidding up pricing, then you're going to have that much more equity in the bank,
Right.
or in the house, I should say.
Chance, does all this talk make you want to go out and buy another house? Listening to them.
Well, I mean, the best time to buy was yesterday. I know that, but
Yeah.
I will say on the my mom was looking at 55 up residences this past weekend, and we go in, found one she liked, and they go, "Okay, you're number 8th in line on the list." They're full.
Yeah.
They're like 90 something percent full. They're like, well, maybe the other 8 people won't want it, so you could probably get in December. And it was kind of and the one that she got, their brand new building, and it's not even constructed, and she got the last. There's like 2. There was 2 units left, and it's not even constructed.
I just want to say, you always want to have representation when you go into a new home community, because the builder is not looking out for you. Period.
Yeah.
They're not looking out for you, and you need representation always. Because
Chance, did you offer your mom to come live with you until she can move in?
Well, she stayed here all week, and I have 4 dogs, so we've pretty much confirmed that she does not want to live here now.
Okay, got it. That's So are you saying if I have more animals in my house, my mother-in-law won't live with me?
Yes.
Nice.
We've got a pretty good wall. Like my father-in-law won't even come and visit, so we've worked out pretty well so far.
Well, that might not be the animal.
This is recorded, isn't it?
Just saying. Okay.
Make sure to have my family not watch this show.
yikes!
Yeah, don't tell them about this segment, huh?
Yeah.
Well, you know that we have some wonderful guests today. I'm excited to have both of these on. I was thinking about their different types of industries that they work in, but there's a connection to both of them. And so we're going to talk about that today. We are going to, I think, are we ready for a break, Mr. Wilson? And if we
Yes, we are.
We're going to take a break. We're going to come back and do my favorite segment. And then we're going to...
What's up, Denton?
Yeah.
Nope, just kidding.
We'll bring our guest on. We'll come back in a minute. We're going to bring our guest on, and then we're going to do our segment, and then we're going to get in the nitty-gritty.
The Community Difference is a new series of shows powered by the Difference Radio live stream and podcast network. This series of shows was designed to highlight the unsung heroes that call our towns and communities home. And we wanted to create a platform that brings awareness to and reminds folks of the goodness that lives within so many of us. By working with the local community leaders, business owners, first responders, veterans, schools, and citizens who want to unite with a clear and selfless purpose, the Community Difference seeks to spotlight the people, events, and activities that are producing positive outcomes, inspirational stories, and incredible experiences. In a world that is consumed with negative press, media manipulation, and propaganda, The Difference, along with many others who believe and support The Difference, understands there is no better way to make the difference than to highlight the unsung heroes that call our towns and communities home. We are currently searching for local communities to be the focus of our shows, but before we can launch a show in your community, we need your help. We need you along with local business leaders, chambers of commerces, major nonprofits, online community group leaders, networking groups, etc., to join us in making the difference and helping your community be seen, be heard, and be remembered. So, if you would like to know how you, your business, school, social media community, church, or your favorite nonprofit organization can be a part of this unique and powerful program, reach out to us today and introduce yourself and let us know how you would like to contribute and bring awareness to the amazing people, places, and events that are making the difference in the community you love. You can call us at 972-866-4596 or email us at info@thedifferenceradio.com.
And now, back to the show.
All right, we're back. So Speaking of our
ready?
guests, I would think we ought to just bring them on so we can share the love with them and they can do our segment with us. How about that? So,
Fantastic.
always ladies first. So, I want to bring on my friend and co-chamber member Nicole Wright with Lone Star National.
Hello. Thanks for having me. Hi,
Yeah.
guys.
What's going
Welcome.
on? Look how
Not-
bright and cherry she looks and lighted,
I
right?
know.
Her lighting looks great on there
Hey.
too. Not that we're judging everybody who comes on, with their lighting and stuff, but we're always trying to make improvements, Nicole, so we can look as good as our guests do.
Aw, well, thank you. Thank you guys for having me on
You-
this Tuesday afternoon,
I know, right?
whatever it is.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful day outside. So speaking of beautiful days and a person who loves to enjoy being outside, let's bring on our next guest, and this is Tommy Feltz with Feltz Roofing.
How you doing, everybody? Thanks
There
for
he
having me
is.
on.
Hey.
I don't know if I look as good as Nicole, but yeah, I'm here.
Well, we're not going to talk about that. Don't compete where you can't. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Does it feel weird to be inside, Tommy? Do you want to go outside and do your podcast
Yeah,
out there?
I'm actually getting outside right after the show. Got an
Are ya?
inspection to do, so yeah.
Oh, good.
We probably
Okay.
spend more of our time outside, but we actually spend a fair amount inside. Lots of meetings.
Yeah. Well, take advantage of this nice weather that we're having, right? I've heard that
Yeah,
rain's in the forecast and cooler weather again, right?
it is. Yeah, Thursday we've got some rain in the forecast, but really
coming.
nice today.
I'm sure we're all going to have questions for Tommy today, especially after we saw 8.5 inches in 4 hours the other night, in some places around the Metroplex. I came to my office the next day after the rain, and a ceiling tile was on the ground, disintegrated, and water all over the ground, and had a roof leak. On
All
a
this
commercial
rain
building.
is revealing a lot of leaks. We're getting lots of leak calls from various people.
Well, guys, I wanted to share with you guys. We have a segment called
What's up, Denton?
What's up, Denton?
"What's Up,
What's
Denton?"
up?
And so everybody probably understands the basis of why we have this podcast show, the Community Difference-Denton. It's because we like to showcase local leaders and people that are in business here in the Denton County community who are making a difference in their community. And so I know that both of you guys are those type of people. And so that's why I want to have you on. Plus, I like you, so that does count, right? Because if I don't like you, I'm probably not going to ask you to come on there too. So Chance is probably gone through, done some research.
I did.
And he doesn't just show up and look pretty and sound
No,
good.
I did
He's
some
also
work.
got information. So,
Yeah, so there's a lot of good stuff going on.
well, tell us what's going on in Denton.
Okay, so first of all, UNT is a big part of Denton, and
Yep.
basketball starts tonight. So there's a game at 7 against Northern Iowa, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I did look at several other things, some other websites, see what's going on for like networking and what's fun things are going on this weekend. So for this weekend, there's a car show at North Texas Fairgrounds. It's $10 a person. Kids under 10 are free. Today, we're talking about local businesses. Mr. G's Soul Food to Go just had their grand opening a few minutes ago. So
Yeah,
we
we
want
missed-
to support local businesses. Those guys are brand new to the chamber,
Yeah.
brand new, just opening. And then I also always like to talk about like what's going on with networking. So we've got the third Tuesday, Zero Coffee at Zero's Coffee. We've got Point Bank. We've got tomorrow the Denton Breakfast with the Kiwanis at 1200. I didn't know the building, but it's 1200 North Elm. And then the end of the month, we've got Total Networking at the Dive on the 28th.
Do you know about that?
And that's my networking event. It's a local networking, chamber members. It's a free for businesses, business networking event.
Yeah. It's always a
And
good
the-
time. Right
And
there.
the chamber has got a mixer on November 15th at Denton County Brewing. So that's going to be another good one.
Yeah.
And then for this weekend, there's a couple of nice things. There's a run for Denton, run for Dylan, which was a young man that had a heart condition 3 years ago that passed away, that was running a track at Geyer. My daughter actually was out there at the field with him that day. So I think when I say Blanton Elementary from 8 to 11 run for Dylan, support him and his memory.
That's my next door neighbor started that for Dylan.
Yeah.
She was the Girl Scout. That was her, senior Girl Scout project, Isabella Lore. So that was fun. It was a great thing she came up with to do this run for Dylan.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And I would just add that, you can look at the website Discover Denton if you're looking for music venues, karaoke, those kind of fun things. That's a great website to check out. And of course, we always support the Denton Chamber. It's a great organization, and they have a lot of great events. And so I always try to promote them and help them. And they've got other good things going on.
Our Denton Chamber Wake Up Wednesday, which is usually the first Wednesday of the month for members, we hold that at 8:00 in the morning at Denton County Brewing. And it's amazing to see that 100 and more of people. I mean, like 150 people.
150 people registered.
Yeah.
And I didn't see Beth or Matt there, and I was looking for
even though I was there.
You were there? Did you hear me call you out?
No, I came in just a minute late. Beth was there.
I was there. I did hear you call Matt out.
I wanted you to come up on stage.
Well, I had obligations, bro. So, yeah, I had fatherly duties to take care of,
that's fair.
and then couldn't get away in time, right? Harley, my daughter, is tore an ACL, so we're going to PT twice a week at 7:00 in the morning, and then take her to school. So surgery's coming up in a couple of weeks. So
Did she do that when she was cheering?
No, basketball, Beth.
Oh.
Yeah, one of those jump stops, and she said her knee popped, and that was it.
Oh, ouch.
It's like, how can you tear something so quickly like that? But that stuff happens.
Yeah.
Then you have to be able to deal with it afterwards. And so Nicole's going to talk about that today. So thank you, Chance, for all the information. Always remember discoverdenton.com. We'll always try to give y'all as much information as we can for each show. Also, remember, if you have a shout out or an event that's coming up and you want to share it with us, we would love to be able to have that information here on our podcast.
Your mic is popping in and out, Matt.
Well, it's probably internet.
I bet it is internet.
It is. I don't know how many people's AT&T phone was down yesterday. Like
right,
mine was.
I think a lot of them.
But we were all complaining about that being intermittent, and also had internet problems in the Crum area yesterday too. I heard. So that was.
I had a doctor's appointment yesterday, and they called and canceled because all their systems were down, and so
they can't do it by hand.
I know. I was like, what is y'all's backup plan? Can't you just see me and write it like the old way? Write a prescription and then we're on. And no.
Hey, y'all remember the credit card readers? The old hand style credit card readers where you had to put the credit card down into it, put the paper down, and then slide it back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember those days?
That saved me one time. I had a credit card with raised numbers on it when we were in Mexico trying to rent a car, and that was the only thing they would take. They didn't have all the chip and all the other stuff, but I had an old card that had the raised numbers, so I was able.
And now they don't have that anymore, do they, Robert? They're all just printed, right? They'll print your credit card right in front of you at the bank, just about.
Yeah,
in most deals. Well, let's get to the guest and get this show on the road. How about that? So Nicole Wright is with Lone Star Naturals. She's also a nurse sometimes. She's also a pilot sometimes. She's also, are you coaching sometimes too, or helping people, with their way of life?
I guess sometimes I could be a health coach, but I'm a field training officer as a father.
Yeah.
I do that.
And a wife.
And a
business owner.
Yes.
So do you have time to, stop and eat and use the bathroom,
Sometimes. It can be kind of challenging. I carry protein bars in my pockets at all times, or else I get pretty hangry. And you don't want to see me hangry.
No. Yeah. Well, tell everybody a little bit about Lone Star Naturals and why you got into that business.
Yeah, so Lone Star Naturals was founded in 2019 with myself and my stepfather, Dale Van Dyke. We started the company in 2019. I had been kind of doing some research about CBD and alternative kind of pain and inflammation relief therapies. I'm a runner, and years ago in 2015, I was training for the Boston Marathon, and I injured my foot. And I was looking for different things that I could use maybe to help with the recovery and the osteoarthritis that I got from the injury. But I'm also a registered nurse, so I was concerned about, I'd heard about CBD, but was concerned about THC and failing a drug test. A couple years later, my friend, she actually was kind of doing some research about CBD, and she's like, well, there's isolate products that don't have any THC. So I looked into it some more and started taking it, and it really helped with my injury. And then with my stepfather, Dale, it helped with his chronic back pain. In 2020, my stepfather unfortunately had some different health problems. He had really bad diabetes and other things going on. It was just too much to run the business. So crazy enough, I took it over 100%. And here we are. So, but I love it. I love the community support. I've been a chamber member since we opened, and I really appreciate the community support, and I love Denton, and we just strive to find the best CBD products for the community. So
yeah, and I love y'all's store. So tell everybody where your store's at.
So we are off of Teasley and Lillian Miller in South Denton. We're right by the Sweetwater's Coffee and the Club Pilates, right there in the shopping strip. And we are actually, I don't know how much of this is public knowledge, but we're opening a second location on the square. It'll be inside of another business in the Sherman building inside LaSalle Salon. So looking at probably first part of December, we'll be up and going. So I'm super excited about that.
And what product will they carry in there? Everything that's in the store, or
yes.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much everything we have in this store will be set up as a small retail area in the salon.
Yeah. Everybody that's on the show today, have y'all all tried a CBD of some type before?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Chance, Beth.
Yep.
Tommy. Have you?
He's smoking a joint right now.
Oh, yeah. Robert, have you?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. Back when CBD started coming out, as alternative to pain, support, or to help relieve pain or inflammation, golly, it seemed like nobody was talking about it for a while, right? Like, oh no, you don't want to do that. That's marijuana, and it's like, no, it's totally something different than that. Can you explain, Nicole, to all of us here on the show and people watching what CBD is and what is the difference between that and products that have THC and don't have THC?
Yeah, so the CBD that we sell in our store and all of our products are hemp derived. That's what makes them legal in the state of Texas. So CBD is it's basically kind of a cannabinoid or a molecule that is found in the hemp plant, and it works with your body's endocannabinoid system and works with those receptors to help with pain, reduce inflammation, and even can help you sleep at night. There's really a good variety of different benefits. And there's different extraction methods. So like what I can take as a registered nurse who gets drug tested, I have to stick with like a CBD isolate. Now you can have full spectrum products from hemp that have small amounts of THC, CBD, other cannabinoids, CBG, CBN, there's a bunch of them. And they all have different benefits based on kind of, what the consumer wants.
Yeah.
And so, in the state of Texas, it has to be hemp derived because there is CBD in marijuana cannabis like you would get in Colorado and California, but this is all hemp derived.
Yeah, understood. Well, let's take a break real quick. We're going to come back, and I have a couple more questions. I'm sure the panel might too about this, and then we'll go on from there.
The North Texas Community Difference-Denton is made possible in part by Beth Caudill and the Make the Move team with eXp Realty. Your trusted partners in Denton County, Texas, for all your real estate needs. We understand the local market and pride ourselves on delivering personalized service, backed by cutting-edge technology. Experience the difference with Make the Move team, and by Matt Kern with Denton Does It. A network of discovery. Effective networking involves active listening, genuine interest in others' work, and a willingness to offer support and resources. Investing time in others will create valuable connections that propel careers and unlock endless possibilities. Robert Tokarczyk with Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation. Your go-to loan officer for all your home financing needs. Robert has been assisting families obtain the dream of home ownership for over 31 years with honest, stress-free service. His word is his bond. NMLS hashtag 258950/2289. And Chance Post with Total Care. Total Care has been treating our neighbors in North Texas since 2004 as a family-owned, patient-focused company headquartered near Fort Worth. Offering 10, 24-hour emergency rooms spanning from Weatherford to Garland. You can find links to our sponsors in the comments and descriptions, as well as on our website www.thedifferenceradio.com. If you or someone you know in the Denton area would like to sponsor or learn more about co-hosting the North Texas Community Difference-Denton, please reach out to Matt Kern at matthewdoesit@yahoo.com. And now back to our show.
All right. Did everybody have a time to think?
I thought.
I want to talk about inflammation and pain, okay? Because I've used y'all's cream before, like on the knee when my knees were really hurting. And I've also had the drops go underneath the tongue, kind of thing in there just to help out with inflammation. I mean, I like to go to the gym. I know maybe it doesn't look like it, but I do. And I like to Hulk out. But I've dealt with lower back issues since I was 18, and I'm one of those that's got the little degenerating disc in lower 4 and 5, little bulge, in one of those two. So when it gets in sciatica, it's very painful. And, back in the day when I did trades, it was up and down on ladders. It was kneeling. It was crouching down, crawling through things, getting up, carrying heavy stuff. And, all of that takes a toll, especially as you get older, with that. And so if you don't stay mobile, and I said 2 years ago, I'd rather be sore from working out than sitting on the couch. So I've made that, commitment that I'm going to keep working out every week and try to take my supplements. But Nicole and I were talking about this probably a year ago. It's like, hey, I'm dealing with the knee pains and stuff. She's like, yeah, you should do this. And it's really helped out. So talk about what is that doing to what is it doing when I rub something in my skin and how it penetrates to what I do when I take it under sublingual under my tongue.
Yeah, so with pain and inflammation, I always encourage our customers to kind of hit the pain and inflammation from both ends. Take something internally like a tincture, and then topical's good because you can apply that as much as you want throughout the day in that localized area, so it can help with that pain and inflammation. But basically, the CBD drops, you put the drops under your tongue, and you kind of hold it there for about 30 seconds to 45 seconds because you have a bunch of blood vessels under your tongue, and also your mucosal membrane absorbs that oil directly into your bloodstream. So that's why they say to hold it under your tongue for that long so you get that good absorption. And then you can just swallow the rest and it'll get absorbed through the GI system. The best absorption is under the tongue. Now, locally, when you put on the pain cream, it's kind of hitting that area locally to help with the pain and the swelling. I, as a nurse and everything I do, I try to work out also every day for the stress relief and all the health benefits. And occasionally I'll have the aches and pains, and I just have that muscle cream ready to go and kicks in, within a few minutes. So that's why I think a lot of our customers really like it. So,
Yep. So when it comes to like the creams and things, what is that we're putting on? Or what's in the cream itself?
So there is CBD isolate in the cream. There's menthol, which is like a mint extract.
Okay.
Helps with the cooling, and then camphor extract, which helps kind of with the warming. So it kind of cools and warms, kind of like icy hot.
Gotcha.
And some other essential oils to kind of help penetrate deep in the skin and help with those aches and pains.
Gotcha. That's cool. Yeah.
What's the difference between CBD and Delta 8? Because I hear about that. And it's probably just me not knowing things. But
yes. So Delta 8 is a type of THC. And we do sell Delta 8 and Delta 9 in the store. There's been a lot of controversy over it. So Delta 8 THC and Delta 9 THC are extracted from hemp. Like, to be legal in Texas and to be able to sell it, it has to be extracted from hemp. So they are extracted from hemp, but in high quantities. And so there's forms like gummies, and there's even tinctures that have Delta 8 and Delta 9. And as long as the final product is less than 0.3% Delta 9 THC, it is considered legal. So, and I have a cannabis lawyer that I work with, and it's legal. And it is very similar effects to THC that you would get from like marijuana in Colorado. There's a high demand for it, honestly. A lot of Texans want that natural pain relief. And I think over the next few years, we're going to see more legalization of marijuana. A lot of Texans want it. And right now you have to get products that are hemp derived, which, may or may not be as potent, but so that's another topic though.
I mean, Oklahoma's already doing it. So, and they touch us, so it's probably not too long.
How about what CBD can do for your immune system?
For your immune system, there are some studies that show that it helps long-term with the immune system. I wouldn't necessarily say that would be a first line of defense. I mean, honestly, zinc and vitamin C and echinacea are going to be better, but I mean, it definitely can help, kind of be that little accessory to help with the immune system. But I think there's better supplements out there. CBD is just, I think it's good to take every day for a lot of different benefits.
Yeah. Good question. Can we just get Nicole to come over to our houses, right? And just sit down with us and go through and make us a list of things to do.
And I do free 15-minute consultations.
There you go.
A bunch of questions. I'm happy to answer them.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for being on today. And
that's awesome.
Go check out the store and talk to Nicole and set up your 15 minutes with her. And
we are. Oh, you were talking about community involvement. I was going to throw this out there. This Sunday, we're going to be at the Mac and Cheese Fest at Oak Street Draft House. It's on Sunday at noon, and they're raising money for the local schools. And so that'll be a big event. So if you like mac and cheese,
who doesn't want mac and cheese? Right? That's the best. Right. Yeah, that's the best. Well, let's talk about roofing, Tommy. So, guys, if y'all have never met Tommy Feltz before, this guy is not only a roofing owner, business owner, but he's been a coach. I would say he probably still coaches in a way when he has a chance. He's also been an insurance adjuster. I think that's how you got into your roofing business. So it might have been that you saw the need and the gap that was in that type of business when being an adjuster to see where that improvement could come, right?
For sure, yeah. And adjusting is a lot about just transparency, doing things right that should be done. And there's not enough of that in roofing. There's a lot of moving the cups around. There's a lot of insurance fraud. I actually ran into some last week with another roofing contractor. So part of what we saw is we can get in this business and make a difference by being somebody that people can count on, be truthful and honest and transparent throughout an entire transaction.
Yeah. And so we just had like a flood, right, of rain. I mean, when you get eight inches or more of rain in one evening, things tend to leak at times, right? And
Oh yeah, we've gotten a lot of calls in the last week or two about leaks. We hadn't had rain in so long, and they're there, but you don't know it. So you
Right.
get a monsoon like that, and then the calls start coming in, and so we're getting to those as fast as we can.
right, Tommy, try to get to your mic a little closer if you can. Tell everybody about so when we have a drought, okay,
Yep.
and when we don't have rain and things are really dry and things start to crack, how separation starts. So you might not have had a leak before because things were all closed and connected together. And then all of a sudden you go through months of extreme heat, extreme temperatures tear everything up, whether it's cold or hot. And then all of a sudden you have this separation. Talk to us about that happening and how you deal with that.
Yeah, so I would suggest for every homeowner that you have your roofer, a roofer, we can do it. We'll just inspect all of your vents, in particular around your chimney. Texas is brutal. The heat and cold on all of the caulking, your vents. Your roof may be a 30-year roof, but a lot of the vents and caulking and things that go on it, those are not meant to last 30 years. You've got to do maintenance on that stuff. And so it will crack. You will get gaps. There will be pieces of siding that get rotten over time. And you have to address that stuff or you will get leaks.
Yeah. Chance, you had a question?
Yeah, I was just, we're talking about the leaks. I mean, Tommy, is it normal? Like, does that mean you need a new roof? Like, if you've got leaks, I mean, is that the first sign that, hey, this is a serious problem? Or is that, could it be like, I mean, you just kind of were describing some of the things.
It can be. We're brutally honest. We're not the roofer that's hopping on your roof going, yep, you need a new roof. We're going to assess what's going on. We're going to get in the attic. We're going to look at all the evidence that's there. And typically, if you've just got a leak in one spot, you're not going to need a new roof. Typically, when you're getting a new roof, it's either because you've got hail damage that's totaled the whole roof, or it's just old enough in age that it's worn out. Insurance isn't going to pay for it,
Right?
and you've got to replace it out of pocket.
Right. Will you tell everybody, just as Joe homeowner, ordinary homeowner, when a person is living in a home for many years and the roof has been on there for many years, what are the things to look for to know that your roof is deteriorating and needs a roofer, a professional like you, to come out and do an inspection and look at it and give them best case scenario of what needs to be improved or replaced? Like, I know the tattletale signs, right?
Yep.
Shiny roof, those kind of things. But tell everybody else about that.
Yeah, and just from a average person's perspective out there, when you see that you've got an asphalt roof and you see it shining in the sun, the fibers underneath the asphalt are starting to show through, and so they'll shine from the sun. But I think the biggest thing is you want to have a roofer similar to the way that you have a mechanic that like, trust.
There you go.
And let them inspect it periodically. When that roof starts getting beyond 10 years, roofs are, they say roofs are 30-year roofs, but honestly, once they start getting close to 15 years, 12, 15, the Texas heat just breaks them down. And so leaks can be telltale signs and things like that, but you're gonna start to see, particularly it's shining on.
Let's take a break real quick, and we're going to come back and ask Tommy some more questions.
And now a word from a few of our amazing sponsors that make the Difference Radio, live stream, and podcast network possible.
JP Direct Health offers affordable health insurance solutions for individuals, families, and small businesses specializing in custom coverages to fit your needs and budget. JP Direct Health offers comprehensive benefits, including PPO health plans, accident and critical illness coverage, dental and vision, health matching accounts, along with telehealth at no cost per call. Call JP Direct Health today to learn more about how we can help you protect your health and your budget.
Do you want your home or office to sparkle? Then call Elite Diamond Cleaning today. From basic cleaning to deep cleaning, and using only the highest quality cleaning products and equipment, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Our team of experienced cleaners will work quickly and efficiently to clean every nook and cranny, taking care of all the details so you don't have to. With a variety of pricing options to fit any budget, you can be sure that you are getting the best possible price. Call Elite Diamond Cleaning today at 214-300-9876 to schedule a free estimate. Your home and office is a diamond. Let us get it out of the dust.
Are you looking for new or more reliable and affordable home services? Look no further than Utility Connect. At Utility Connect, we understand that every customer is different. Thanks to our partnership with The Difference, our free concierge service seamlessly shops all of your utilities and services for your home or business with one easy phone call. So what are you waiting for? Call Utility Connect today and experience the difference. For more information, give us a call at 469-414-2033 or visit us at www.utilityconnect.net/thedifference to learn more.
Are you a business owner looking to grow your company? Get fast, easy financing up to $5 million with no minimum FICO score required. Apply in 60 seconds and get funded in 24 hours. Call Jim Thomas at 214-629-7223 to talk to a financing professional today. Your business's future is waiting. So don't delay. Call now and tell him that you saw him on The Difference.
And now back to the show.
All right, we're back. We're talking about water leaks, in the roof lines and stuff like that. When a roof gets replaced, when y'all do a tear down, Tommy, explain to everybody what a tear down is and what you replace and what you don't replace and why you don't replace some decking and then why do you in some cases.
Typically, the decking is going to be good underneath. Those are just 4x8 sheets of OSB. Periodically, we will find some underneath the roof that's rotten, and we'll have to replace that. But we're going to put synthetic underlayment on top of that, ice and water shield. Starter shingles, drip edge shingles will go on top, and then hip and ridge shingles, in all the areas of hips and ridges. It's really not rocket science, but you have a lot of roofers out there that will they'll try to race to the bottom on the price, and then what you're going to see with a lot of those roofers is they're not replacing parts on the roof that they're getting paid to replace. They're not replacing vents, they're not replacing drip edge, they're reusing materials on the roof, and so that's why it's important to have a roofer that you really trust.
That's true. Yeah.
How do you?
Just like any other trade, you got to know the people that you work with. I'm sorry, Beth. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, do you work with insurance and insurance claims, that kind of thing?
We do, yeah. The bulk of the roofs that we do are in connection with insurance claims. Yeah.
What about the deductibles? Have you seen a lot of insurance companies trying to push the 2% deductibles instead of 1% deductibles?
Yeah, I ran into one last week, as a matter of fact. And so sometimes people want the best possible monthly premium, and the way that insurance agents get that a lot of times is they go to a 2% deductible, which is awesome on the premiums. It's just not awesome when you have to file a hail claim on your roof and you've actually got to pay that 2%. So that particular guy's deductible was at 2%, and it ended up being like $7,500. My 2 cents on it is go with the 1% deductible, and then when you have to file a claim, it's much less money out of your pocket. And you do have to pay the deductible. I don't care what any roofer tells you. there's no getting around it. It's the law.
Yeah, you got to pay it one way or the other.
Yep.
Chance, you had a question?
Yeah, I was just curious. I've seen a lot of new these new metal roofs coming out. I don't know if they really last longer or they just look cool or.
So metal roofs I love the way that they look, and we do all things residential roofing. The one drawback, particularly from like a insurance adjuster perspective, is when you have to file a claim on a metal roof. Typically, insurance companies are not going to pay to replace that, even if you've gotten large hail on it, unless it's actually pierced the metal and gone through it, which would have to be really large hail. Almost always they're going to say that that's cosmetic damage, and then you've got a beat up roof that you have to look at, and insurance won't pay to replace it.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Tommy, have you ever thought about a benefit that you could provide to your contractors and employees is a CBD muscle cream?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm just
sure
thinking about, you guys are up and down ladders. I mean, how many times a day do you think you might go up and down a ladder? A lot, right? But obviously you got to work smart because you know how many times you have to go up and down. You don't want to go any extra if you don't have to, but it's still an up and down ladder of 16 foot or more sometimes, in those 2 stories, some of those suckers, you can't get to that second level without being up, 20 something feet?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Just trying to help you out here, Nicole. Come on.
I appreciate it.
No, I'm sure the guys would be more than happy to partake.
Yeah.
I know this, that Nicole would probably share some samples.
Oh yeah. How many samples do you need?
Right. Yeah.
It depends on the size of the crew that we're using, but we need to talk more about that. I'm in.
All right. Let's do it.
What's a normal, a house that's a few thousand square foot? What's your decision on how quickly you want to move through tear off and replacement and walk away without any scene? Like, remember the old Boy Scout thing is like, you want to show up, do your thing, walk away with sight unseen. I don't remember what they call that, but leave without, a trace kind of thing. What do y'all look at? Do y'all want to get that done in a 10-hour, 12-hour span, 24-hour span? What do you give yourself to do that?
Our crews can do, 99% of the roofs that we do just in a day. The crew chiefs that we use, they're going to bring a certain number of guys based on how many squares that roof is, and it's always to get it done in one day. So I haven't encountered a roof that we couldn't do in one day. We have really good crews, fortunately, and good crew chiefs.
Okay, where's your territory at? Where do you go to? What's your extreme? How far away do you go?
So we office out of Corinth and Flower Mound, Highland Village. Denton County is where we get the bulk of our business, but we serve across DFW. So inspections are free. We'll go check out anything you want, get on the roof, and give you an honest opinion. Okay,
so everybody's hearing that his inspections are free. So how do we get a free inspection?
You just call our phone number, 972-754-7750. Just call and give us any information that you know, and then we'll go check it out and let you know what we think.
And how long does that usually take for y'all to schedule and get somebody's roof looked at?
Typically that week, next business day, a lot of times we try to prioritize those, particularly, when we're starting to get some more rain like we are now. People are calling with leaks.
Yeah. In wintertime, is it harder to put down shingles in the wintertime than it is during the summer because they're cold?
Yeah, it can be. Not necessarily new roofs. It's harder to do repairs. If you have to do repairs in the winter and it's 30-something degrees, the shingles don't want to separate. And so that can be tough. But yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah. Yeah, it takes, the sun definitely keeps them more pliable,
100%. Yeah, much easier with warm weather.
I used to install security alarms in new construction. And so these homes would be dried in, without heat. And so you had to pull wire, in 30 to 40 degree weather. It doesn't want to bend very much. Yeah, I remember them days. It was tough on that.
Hey, Tommy, what about Christmas lights? Do y'all do that too?
We don't do Christmas lights. I can give you some recommendations for companies that do. I know a lot of roofing
I just think that's funny. It just seems like so many roofing companies do Christmas lights, and I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah. And maybe we should add it to the mix. I think what guys think is like, well, we're already on the roof anyway, and
you got the equipment. I mean, you have the ladders.
Yeah. Storm season comes and goes, and we're already kind of out of storm season. You will see some occasional November hailstorms, and we had some late summer stuff. But like for roofers, things slow down in November, December, January, and so that's why I think that's why a lot of people do it. We don't, but maybe we need to look at adding it.
Yeah. What was your thoughts of the hail weather this year? Did that seem like it was a little bit more than we've had previous years?
Yeah. There have been several years before that where there just wasn't a lot. I think prior to this year, 2017 was the last time we had, all of the roofs and Denton, Corinth, Highland Village, Flower Mound, everybody got a new roof. And then this year it was a little more scattered, but definitely more than we've seen.
Definitely, if you live in Sanger, you're getting a new roof.
Right.
It seems like.
Yeah.
What are y'all seeing on like the supply chain issues? Are you having problems getting shingles? Have the suppliers gone way up on cost? What is the status on that?
Suppliers always go up on cost. I mean, we get emails once a month talking about price increase. So it's like everything else. Everything is more expensive right now where suppliers go. But so far, supply isn't an issue. We're a little bit of complaints from some guys, but it's everything that we're using. We're able to get it, so no complaints there really. Things are noticeably more expensive though. Yeah.
Just like the grocery store.
Right? Yeah, everything's more expensive. Yeah, it sure is. On there too. Well, we're going to take a break in just a second. We do have a topic to talk about today, and so all of us, as we are local business people or business owners too. We should all have some type of strategy to give back to our community. The community helps support us. And so I want to talk about what our positive impact is through our business and how we help support our community and give back to them. So let's take a break and we'll come back and talk about that.
And now a word from a few of our amazing sponsors that make the difference.
We're back.
That was really fast.
We're very quick.
Real quick. Are we going to try that again, or are we just going on?
Yeah, let's try it again.
Okay. Let's take a break.
And now a word from a few of our amazing sponsors that make the Difference Radio, live stream, and podcast network possible.
Texas Edge Insurance. We're more than just an insurance company. We're your partners in protection. We understand that every person and every business is unique. That's why we don't believe in a one-size-fits-all approach to insurance. We work with you to create a customized insurance plan that meets your specific needs. And we're always here to help you, no matter what. We offer a wide range of insurance products. We also work with over 30 insurance companies to find you the best possible coverage. So what are you waiting for? Contact Texas Edge Insurance today. Visit our website or give us a call at 817-406-2929 to get a free quote today. Introducing Bankroll Media, a digital marketing partner designed to take your business to the next level. At Bankroll Media, we are a team of creative and innovative marketers that works with mortgage loan officers, realtors, many e-commerce businesses, and much more. At Bankroll Media, we're different because you're different. We get it, and that's why we're here. We're not your typical marketing agency. We don't believe in cookie-cutter solutions or one-size-fits-all approaches. We believe in building relationships with our clients and understanding their unique needs. We want to understand your business inside and out so that we can create marketing campaigns that are tailored to your specific needs. From social media management, lead generation, web design to content creation and SEO, even email marketing. Bankroll Media can do it all. Bankroll Media, building presence, connecting ideas.
And now back to the show.
All right. We're all back.
We're back.
Yeah. I don't know if everybody's realized it too, but there's a lot of people who have been getting internet, glitches and cell phone and all that stuff. But I noticed one of the things just in the last week of how much underground utility work is going on in our local area. I mean, it seems like every service road, every right of way, every place in front of a subdivision that's being built there's new underground utilities going in.
It's because they're getting high-speed internet all around.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. The government, Texas has got a huge grant
Yeah.
of money, and they're gonna, and it's their mission from Biden that signed off on that was that last year that they're spending all that money so everybody can have internet service, which they should. I mean, come on, it's 2023. We all need it, right?
Yeah, just like we said, they didn't know how to act yesterday.
No.
Didn't know how to do manual. Like I was supposed to have that doctor's appointment and they couldn't have the doctor's appointment because like they couldn't write a script by hand. That blew
A
my
doctor
mind.
can't talk to you because the internet doesn't work and he can't take notes.
Yes. And I'm like, I still need some cough medicine. Come on, people.
Right. That probably doesn't happen at Total Care. They'll take you in no matter what.
Right?
We'll take you in no matter what. You'll see a doctor.
Yeah, exactly. Quickly too, by the way.
We'll figure that bill out later on. You just come on in.
Yeah. Okay. So let's get into this topics for our last part of our show. Okay. So I'd love to hear everybody's opinion about this and what you deal with. And I'm going to kind of be broad in this and we'll try to drill down and narrow it down. All right. So we all work in the community. We all appreciate the business that we receive from our local community. Some of us are involved with community one way or the other, where we volunteer, we're part of a chamber, we're part of a membership, we're on a committee, we're in the a realtors association, whatever it might be. We hold different events, networking, all those kind of things like that, because we're just trying to stitch ourselves within the community to be helpful, to those other people who we work with, and then also show appreciation to those people who refer business to us. So how do you guess? So Nicole and Tommy, we'll start with these two and put them on the hot seat. How do you give back? What is your strategy to give back to your community? Because I know when you open a business, everybody comes out of the woodwork, right? Everybody's like, hey, you got a new business. That's great. We're, always looking for support. We're always looking for donations. That's understandable. Look, there's a lot of charities out there, especially in Denton County, that need our help, right? And they're always looking for support. That's how they support their business too, is through our businesses and support. But how do you guys look at your business and how do you want to give back to those who you work with? Is it different from the people, like if you don't know them and they're, they've sent you a letter, they've sent you a card, do you just tear them up and throw them away? Where people come into your store or they call you, on your office phone and they talk to you and ask you about that? Do they come off and just say, hey, do you want to help support and donate? Or do they try to even, build a relationship with you?
I'll let you fire away and then I'll go.
Okay. Yeah, we have a lot of different charity organizations reach out, different things going on. Like I saw John Williams post about this mac and cheese fest this Sunday, and I was like, that would be, I'm not doing anything Sunday, let's do it. Let's raise money for these local Denton schools. So I try to help out where I can. One of the things I started a few years ago was a podcast called the Natural Med Podcast, because as a nurse and everything I've seen working in the ICU and the ER, I'm very passionate about health and wellness and preventative health for that sake. I think there's a huge need for education on how to take care of yourself so you don't get to that point where, you know, you end up in the ER, you end up in the ICU. You know, I know, Chance, we all need job security, of course. Patients in the ER, but like honestly, there's a lot of things people just don't know about, you know, eating, you know, 80% healthy diet, exercising every day, getting outside, taking care of your mental health. And that's a big thing that I wanted to push and just make awareness of with the Natural Med podcast. I interview different health and wellness professionals, and we talk anywhere from, you know, how to eat better to how to take care of your mental health and how to be better financially, because that can definitely affect your mental health. So I think education is huge, and that's where I really try to push to help the community. So,
and with your membership with the Chamber of Commerce, where does that fall in your lineup of things to budget time for, you know?
yeah. So I try the last couple months. It's been kind of busy for different reasons, but I try to be involved as much as I can with the chamber. There's a ton of great events that the chamber puts on, anywhere from the Wake Up Wednesday to the ribbon cuttings. I enjoy going to the ribbon cuttings just to meet other new business owners and kind of, you know, kind of see what they're doing, kind of evaluate what I'm doing as a business owner, and maybe find, you know, some good business partnerships and everything too. So I really enjoy going to the ribbon cuttings and the Wake Up Wednesday. There's just a lot of great events with the chamber.
Yeah, we all appreciate that, and we're thankful that the ambassador team of the chamber can help facilitate ribbon cuttings for new businesses too. Because one thing, you know, as a new business, you want to feel wanted in your community, but you also need to meet people. And sometimes when you're the one-man show, or you're the only one that wears many hats, it's hard to get out when you've got to run a store. It's hard to get out when you've got to go, you know, talk to a customer and do your real job every day. And then, but really, guys, all this comes down to is budgeting your time and scheduling your time properly to be able to take this time to give back. And that's an impact into your community when you're giving back that time or volunteering that time or going and networking. Because a lot of times people think, oh, networking is just going out and having a drink and having snacks and talking to people. And it's if you're target marketing properly, then it's about building relationships and seeing how you can help somebody else within their business. And maybe that business will turn around and help you one day. Tommy, how do you do this? How do you function on a day-to-day basis and then spend the time to budget back to your community?
And so I will say, I think the first thing is you can't say yes to everything, but there's two groups that we're really passionate about. They're in the public. Teachers, one of them. I was a 12-year teacher and coach. I think teachers are underpaid and not appreciated enough. You can go vote today, by the way, to help them with their retirement. To get that up to account for just how much things cost today to get an adjustment there. So teachers and veterans. Our brother-in-law is a major in the U.S. Army at West Point. And so we're really passionate about those two groups. Our mom was a 35-year teacher, retired as a teacher. And so what we do for both of those groups is we upgrade their roofs. A lot of times people will have like a 3-tab shingle. If we can get them an architectural shingle out of our own pocket, just as a thank you to, for what they do in the community and their service, and out of appreciation for them. So that's a couple tangible ways that we give back to the community.
Yeah, that's awesome. Do you know Leanne Weaver with Denton ISD?
It sounds familiar. I was a guy for I was a teacher and coach 12 years, but I was there for my last 5 years.
Okay. Well, she's just been with Denton ISD for the last 2 years, but Leanne Weaver, she is, I'll send you her information, but she is liaison between the school district and the public or businesses. and so she'd be a great connection for you to talk with. And she's obviously always looking for support and help in many different ways too.
Saturday is Veterans Day too, by the way. So.
Yeah, sure is. That's right. Yep. And I'm a firm believer in teachers. My mom was a teacher in the Birdville School District in Fort Worth until she retired, and my son's in the Army. So I definitely believe on both sides of that in supporting locally too, on that. And I think every veteran should take advantage of any benefits that they can have, especially when it comes to real estate and purchasing homes and land, because they can get a veteran loan and not have any money down. And there's always things out there to support them. Okay.
Yeah, we have the American Warrior Initiative to where we've given away mortgage-free homes, and now we've given away over 300 service dogs to wounded veterans. So,
wow, man, that's awesome.
Yeah, so definitely try to help on that as well.
What a great number. Okay, so our last part of our show today, we have just a few minutes left. Can y'all believe it's been over an hour already? And I appreciate everybody being on today, and great questions, great discussion today. But I have some quick fire questions I'm going to ask you two. Are you ready?
Ready.
Let's go.
Okay. So if you had a chance to buy a new car and money was an object, what car would you buy today? Nicole?
I'd probably buy a Jeep Wrangler with a one-touch roof.
Wow. Okay.
Convertible with the Jeep features.
Woo. Okay. All right. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Lifted? Would it be lifted up too?
Yes, if money wasn't an issue.
If money was an issue. Tommy, what would you buy, brother?
I'd just buy a new Chevy or GMC 4-door truck. I'm just a regular guy.
Regular
Don't
guy.
need anything not too
Yeah.
fancy, but yep.
Right. Okay. Nicole, what's on your bucket list? What's the next thing you want to do other than work? Do you have any plans for a trip somewhere?
Yeah, probably travel. I think the next thing on our bucket list, we're supposed to do this during COVID, was take the kids to Italy. So that'd probably be next on the bucket list.
That's awesome.
Been. So.
Tommy, do you have a trip planned in this next
The guy
year?
I did my student teaching for told me before you die, you have to go fishing in Canada. He said, reeling those fish up off the bottom of those lakes is like reeling a desk. It's just,
Where is it? Fishing where?
Canada.
Oh, nice.
Canada. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we went to Alaska this year in the summertime. I was in the wrong month when fish were running, but I know when to go now. So I hope
Which
to
is
go back.
when?
Yeah. So
When is it?
I think it was June and August, something like that, and maybe
Nice.
September, somewhere around that. So I was in July, of course, when they weren't, but definitely want to go back and do that.
Good
for
to
sure.
know.
Okay. If Nicole, if you were going to write an autobiography about yourself, what would you call it?
Oh, gosh. How do I have
Could you
time?
name it in one word?
One word?
Yeah.
How about YOLO?
YOLO?
Oh, there
Okay.
you go.
YOLO. You only live
You
once.
only live once.
You only live once. That's
like
pretty
it.
good. Tommy, what kind of music are you listening to right now? What's been your favorite song lately?
I listen to all things country. My wife and I love 90s country. We grew up out in the middle of nowhere. There was nothing to do. There was only country on the radio. So still what we listen to.
Yeah, still some good music. If you guys have never been up to a place called, it's a casino up northwest of Oklahoma City, Sugar something casino up there. Just saying, all the 90s bands, Tommy, go up there and play. So
There
take
you
her
go.
up there and spend the night, and you'll be thankful for that. Okay, well, I want to wrap things up. Thank everybody today. Thank you, Tommy Feltz, for being on today, brother. Good information on that. Remember to call Tommy when you need to get that inspection done. Nicole, Always pleasure to see
free.
you, and we appreciate you giving us your information today. Go by and see Nicole and her husband over at their shop on Teasley Lane, and at your new location will be coming when on the square.
Hopefully by the end of the year, by December.
Okay, great. Well, we're getting close. Thank you, Beth Caudell, Chance Post, Robert. Love you all. Thank you, Lyndon Wilson.